Hey there boys and girls, luckySkillFaker here, today with another episode of Tell Me What, the series where you tell me what setup I should use, and then I will pick the top comment from the last video and review it in the next one. And so today, again with another episode, this time we will check out the G3 with the ACOG scope, the M1911 silenced, then we'll have the M320, the defibrillators and squad flank as the specialization. Recommended by Chuck Norris, so thanks for this. So yeah, I would say let's start out by taking a closer look at the stats of the G3A3, which is one of my favorite assault rifles for the assault kit. Instead of a 25 to 18.4 damage, it has a 34 to 22 damage drop-off. So the damage model is a lot higher than of all the other rifles. On the other hand, again, I think that it also has the slowest rounds per minute, I think 550 rounds per minute. The velocity isn't that great either, of 500 meters per second. And I think the suppression is also a little bit higher than of all the other assault rifles, which would be 10% instead of 7%. Besides that, we have 21 rounds in the magazine. The normal reload will be 2 seconds, so this is pretty fast, I really like that. And if there are no bullets left in there, we would have a 3.3 seconds reload, which is a little longer. But still not that big of a deal if you compare it to the damage and all the other stuff it has. But you should really try to reload before you run out of all your bullets. A little downside of the G3 would be again the high recoil. So the side-to-side recoil is pretty okay with 0.2, but its vertical recoil is 0.45, and I think this might actually be the highest. Yeah, it is the highest recoil of all the assault rifles in the assault kit. The first recoil multiplier is 1.4, so like I said, we have a pretty strong rifle which has its downsides, so you can't just run in there and go beast with it all the time, so you kind of have to get down how to play with it. Personally, like you can see, I'm using the select fire mode or the different fire modes, so I can shoot only one round at a time. So I have to, for each shot, I have to do one click. And personally, I think this is a lot more accurate and reliable, because before I tried it out with the fully auto mode and even with burst firing, I still had problems because the recoil with the ACOG was just so big for me and it was kind of hard to control. But with the single fire it was really easy, and I think this is the way you should go with the G3. This is just my personal opinion. Right here you could see me use the M1911, which is a pretty good sidearm, so I think I can't add anything there. It's just it has a pretty good damage model. It's a go in between of the high damage and the weaker pistol, so pretty good to finish off targets if you have run out of ammo and stuff. And yeah, for our stuff we also have the M320, which is a grenade launcher, and the grenade will explode on impact. So at first I was kind of like, who in the world would trade in the medkit? Because I think if you're playing assault you should definitely go with the medkit. But I actually found it to be really interesting, or a really useful tool, so you can definitely change the battle kind of. You can kind of rotate through your weapons, so primary, secondary, and then also the grenade launcher, in order to get as many enemies as possible, which will definitely make you a really deadly weapon on the battlefield. So, like I said, at first I was kind of, I don't know, but then I really got the hang of it, and the M320 is also a great choice, but you should definitely consider taking the medkit. And at last we would have the specialization, which would be the squad flag, which reduces the explosive damage you receive, and I think it's pretty good. Personally I always go with suppression, because I hate suppression and I don't want suppression. Yeah, I think that's about it. But other than that, I really enjoyed the setup after I played around with it a little, and I figured out that just for my playstyle and how I play, the single fire mode makes it a lot easier for me, because you're a lot more accurate. And yeah, I think that's the things I could tell you about the setup. If I would recommend to anyone, I would say yes. I mean, the assault kit is already pretty strong as it is, and the G3 is the strongest assault rifle in the game, so You will definitely have a fun time. You should also definitely try out the single fire. I would really recommend you doing it, because personally I think the recoil is pretty controllable with a low power scope like the Cobra side or the Red Dot side. Right here someone got stuck in the wall. So the low power scopes really help in my opinion with the if you don't want to go single fire, but with the ACOG I just find it to be kind of too much. I also think that that there's like no bullet deviation, and it also feels like the initial recoil isn't there if you're using it in single fire. So from my point of view, there are only benefits to using it with a single fire. So this was definitely my favorite thing to do. And if you're using the M320, don't forget to blow up the buildings so you can kill people with the rubble which is dropping on them, and also to kind of get campers out of their rooms. And like I said, you can do kind of this rotation as soon as you're running out of ammo for your first magazine with the G3, then you're pumping out the bullets with the M1911, and after that you just go ham with the M320. But you should keep in mind that there's limited ammo. Like you can see me right here, I was failing a little because I had no ammo left, and then I got stuck on the ladder. But yeah, I think it's pretty much all for now. So if you want to suggest your setup for the next video, just leave a comment down below. I will then pick the comment with the most thumbs up for the next episode, and yeah, and then I will make a video out of it. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and it's pretty much all for now, and I also hope you enjoyed the video, and lucky skill figure out.